This is the fourth and the last part of the structure and functions of muscles. In this we are going to talk about smooth muscles. इससे पहले हमने skeletal muscles और cardiac muscles के बारे में बात करी थी. इस लेक्चर के अंदर हम smooth muscles के बारे में बात करेंगे. A smooth muscle is also present in the eyes, where it functions to change the size of the iris and alter the shape of the lens. A smooth muscle is present in the walls of the hollow organs like the urinary bladder, uterus, stomach, intestines, and in the walls of the passageways such as the arteries and the veins of the circulatory system and the tracts of the respiratory, urinary, and reproductive systems. In the skin, where it causes hair to stand erect in response to the cold temperature or fear. Smooth muscles are non-striated and involuntary. They function automatically. It surrounds and it is found in all internal tissues and organs. Smooth muscles respond to stimuli from the autonomic nervous system. It is responsible for pushing food through the digestive system and the physical control of the bladder and the bowel. It is also found in the vascular and reproductive systems. Smooth muscles contain filaments of actin and myosin, lack transverse tubules, and SR is not well developed. Hormones and stretching affect smooth muscle contractions can contract for long period of time. Cells much smaller than skeletal muscles in the smooth muscles. Smooth muscle contraction. Smooth muscle contraction resembles skeletal muscle contraction in that they both involve reactions of actin and myosin. They are triggered by nerve impulses along the sarcolemma and the release of calcium ions, and they use energy from ATP molecules. Smooth muscle is slower to contract and slower to relax than skeletal muscles. Some smooth muscles respond to neural and chemical stimuli. Chemical factors cause muscle contraction and relaxation. Without an action potential and inhibit or stimulate the release of calcium ions into the sarcoplasm. The chemical factors include hormones, lack of oxygen, low pH levels, and excess of carbon dioxide. The direct response of smooth muscles to chemical stimuli allows activity according to the local tissue needs. Myofilament organization. It contains both actin and myosin, more actin and less myosin than skeletal muscle, lower contractile force, myofilaments loosely oriented in long axis of cell. Force transferred to the cell membrane by intermediate filaments mesh were linked together at dense bodies. You can see in the diagram it is a mesh-like structure. There is a cell membrane, there is a membrane dense area, then there is an intermediate filament between two member dense areas, then there are thin filament between two membrane dense areas, then you have gap junctions, mechanical junctions, and dense body. Shortening in the smooth muscle. Actin and myosin overlap, slide along each other during the contraction. Meshwork becomes more compact. Cell shortens and fattens. Increase in intracellular free calcium ion is necessary for the contraction. Mechanism to trigger calcium increase. Spontaneous membrane depolarization. Chemical messengers, local and blood-borne hormones and metabolites. These are the smooth muscle contraction. You can see this is in the relaxed position and this is in the contracted position, where these are the nucleus, dense bodies, thin filaments, thick filaments. So you can use this diagram in your answers to explain that how muscle looks when it is relaxed and how meshwork looks when it is relaxed and how the muscle looks when it is contracted, how the meshwork becomes more compact, and how thin and thick filament moves. Nerve and the blood supply. In general, one nerve, one artery, and one more vein serve each muscle. These structures all enter or exit near the central part of the muscle and branch profusely through its connective tissue sheaths. Unlike cells of the cardiac and the smooth muscle tissue, which can contract without nerve stimulation. So, this is a small comparison I have made between the muscle types. सबसे पहले हम बात करें लोकेशन की, तो स्केलेटल, कार्डियक एंड स्मूथ ये कहाँ लोकेटेड होती हैं, इनोवेशंस क्या होते हैं, इनकी अपीयरेंस कैसी होती है, इनके फाइबर का डायमीटर कैसा होता है, फाइबर की लेंथ कैसी होती है, फाइबर अपीयरेंस कैसी होती है और न्यूक्लियाई कैसी होते हैं. तो सबसे पहले हम स्केलेटल की बात करते हैं. Attached to bone, somatic, voluntary, straighted, 10 to 100 micrometer, more than 340 millimeter, large solitary bands, multi-peripheral, relatively small. अब यही चीज़ें हम देखें कार्डियाक में, तो it is in the heart, automatic, involuntary, stated, 10 to 15 micrometer, 200 micrometer, branch network, single central, large and oval. Smooth muscles में क्या होगा? It is found in the visceral organs. It is autonomic, involuntary, non-stated, 2 to 5 micrometer, 100 to 400 micrometer, small spindles, single central largest. And this is the diagram also I have made showing you the difference that smooth muscles has a spindle shape, non-stated, unnucleated, uninucleated fibers occur in the walls of internal organs is involuntary. Cardiac में आते हैं, it has a stated tubular branched uninucleated fibers occurs in the walls of heart and it is involuntary. Skeletal muscles की बात करते हैं, तो it is straighted, tubular, multinucleated and is usually attached to skeleton as voluntary. With this, we complete this topic, structure and the functions of the muscle. This was the last part and the fourth part of the structure and the function of the muscle topic.